All right, we should be live. Should be. Just make sure I am live. It's not. It shouldn't say NBA. It should say NHL. Shit. And then we'll hop right into it. Then we can hop right into this. Not like anyone's gonna watch, but. All right. All right, cool. We should be good. All right, let's hop right into it. All right, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game slate. I knew that. I don't know why I had to count. First game, well, we can ignore the Leafs and the Wild. They're the 6 o'clock game. So slate starts with the Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes. Lindgren in net for Montreal, countered by Peter Mrazek for Carolina. I like line 2, the Aho line for Carolina here. They're one of my favorites of the night. Let's see. Mrazek is one of my favorite goalies too. But I like the Teravainen, Aho, and Niederreiter line, and I like pairing them up with Dougie Hamilton here. I think he's one of the best defensemen in hockey. And on the other side, I like the Tatar, Gallagher, Donat line. So not too much from this game. Svechnikov could be interesting if you want to have a power play stack. Svechnikov, Teravainen, and Aho. I've always liked that, especially with Dougie Hamilton. But a high implied total, 3.66 for the Hurricanes. I do like them on this slate, so I'll take as much Carolina as it'll give me. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Buffalo Sabres. 3.43 implied total for the Lightning, 2.57 for the Sabres. I faded this Reinhard Olofsson Eichel line. I'm hoping that does not burn me because they're pretty decent line, but I don't like the total here. They're playing a really good Lightning team. I did get a lot of Andre here, so I did get a decent amount of Kucherov point Palat line. I am running a lot of 3-2-1s, which include a lot of Palat and Kucherov. If you want to run, and then also with any of my Tampa Bay lineups, it's usually Kucherov, Palat, and then I went down here to Hedman. Because I do like paying up for defensemen. My favorite defensemen tonight are Dougie Hamilton. It is Hedman. It is Makar. I like Makar, even though he's only 4,800. I like Burns. I like D'Angelo in Ranger stacks. Giordano is nice. And Clefbaum. Edmonton. Clefbaum right here. What's up, Rocket Rob? How are you? I'm just doing a little bit of like a breakdown game plan for tonight. Actually, it is still December 31st here in North Carolina. So, I don't know why I'm clicking on that. So you jumped the gun a little bit there in Australia, but but looking at this Lightning, I'm not a huge fan of the Stamkos, Killorn and Cervelli line. So we look here, and so basically from this game, I like the Kucherov point Palat line with Hedman. I like I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. Mashalevsky as my goalie. I have him in a bunch of lineups. So I like Lightning tonight. My bet's on Lightning, but we're not betting on the games here. Next, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Florida Panthers. Sergei Bobrovsky in goal for Florida versus Elvis Merkelins for Columbus. I didn't really get to much of this game. I don't think I got to any line stacks in this game. I don't know. I just saw better plays elsewhere. If I were to go to this game, I like Florida 1 with Barkov, Huberdeau, and Danilov. Been doing well in DFS lately. Nah, but I'm trying to. I'll probably hoping to turn around my luck tonight. Last night was a struggle. I played NBA and I did terrible in it, but I do better at hockey. I've had some really nice finishes in hockey, so but definitely looking to turn it around tonight with a nice win and maybe kick off 2020 with a nice win too. So on to the next game here. We have the San Jose Sharks and the Detroit Red Wings. 3.35 for the Sharks, 2.65 for the Wings. Martin Jones in goal for the Sharks. Jonathan Bernier for the Wings. I am a huge fan of the Hurdle, LeBlanc, Courtier line. Thanks, bro. I like that power play correlation there. They're all power play 1. And then when I play them, I like to also have Burns in that lineup. I love this matchup for the Sharks. The Detroit Red Wings are the worst in the NHL by far. They're sitting at like 21 points when the next worst is like 30 something. So this is definitely a fun team to go after because they are just a terrible, terrible team. And it's easy to go up against really bad teams. I do not like anything from this Red Wings. I'm just staying away from Detroit. Nothing shouts anything fun there for Detroit other than playing against them with the Sharks. Kane could be a decent one-off. Goodrow, nice one-off. Carlson, that could be a decent one-off for a defenseman. I like Burns for defenseman here, if I have to go there. Close the door, Ollie. Thank you. Next, we have probably my favorite game of the day. We have the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Colorado Avalanche. 2.57 for the Jets, 3.93 for the Avs. I am in love with these top two lines of Colorado. McKinnon, Landeskog, Rantanen, but Rantanen, I believe, is going down to Colorado 2, and Donskoy is going up to Colorado 1. So actually, I really like that. The Donskoy, Landeskog, and Rantanen line. And then Kadri, Burakovsky, and it's going to be Rantanen on Colorado 2. Is looking like a nice line. Colorado 1 there, as is, not without the line change. It's actually really expensive, but pretty straightforward thing. They're going to be very high owned today, so maybe a little bit of a nice counter is running a Scheifele Connor Lane stack. Maybe running a little bit of Connor Hellebuyck because they are going to get a lot of shots. They are going to put some in the net. They are going to get a lot of shots, so maybe Connor Hellebuyck is a decent pick. I want nothing to do with it, though. I like McKinnon, Landeskog, Donskoy with Makier. And if you're running Kadri, Burakovsky, and Rantanen, I would partner them up with Cole here. That's what I like from Colorado. There's a lot to like there. Not as much from Winnipeg. It's Winnipeg 1 or nothing. So definitely this is the spot to play tonight. The highest implied total, biggest favorite to the night. So if I'm going to Vegas, I'm putting my money on Colorado tonight. Like on mybookie.com. Take a look real quick at the game odds here. NHL. Keeps jumping around on me. I'm not messing with this right now. Let's go right back to the actual DFS stuff. And the Islanders already won today, which was nice. So next, we have another great matchup here for DFS reasons. The New York Rangers taking on the Edmonton Oilers. 3.06 for the Rangers, 3.44 for Edmonton. We got Georgiev and net for the Rangers, and we got Mike Smith for Oilers. I really like the McDavid, Neal, Kassian line going up against the Rangers, and probably my favorite play from this whole team is McDavid, yeah, but also I love Clefbaum. He brings that power play correlation with McDavid, with Neal, and with Danska Drysdale. All right. Peace out, Rocket Rob. Have a good night. But also, I on the other side here, give me some Mika with some Crater and Buchnevich. I'm a huge fan of that line. The correlation's great, and then I like D'Angelo to go with them. And then Perrin, he's a decent play as well. If you like that power play 1 correlation with the Rangers top stack and D'Angelo, cool. But for Edmonton, give me line 1 with McDavid, Neal, and Kassian. Give me Drysdale with a one-off there. Give me Clefbaum to partner with that top line. Next, we got the Calgary Flames and the Chicago Blackhawks. I really like Calgary tonight. Give me this top line with Mangiapane, Tukachuk, and Lindholm. And then partner them up with Giordano down here for defensemen. Also, I like the Edmonton 2 line, Bennett, Monahan, and Buckland. Then you partner them up with Giordano as well. Overall, this is going to be a decent game. Calgary is one of the highest projected on the slate. And Crawford is goal apparently. And the Blackhawks are very, very bad defensively, so I will take as much Calgary as it wants to give me. And hopefully they are one of the top stacks of the night. I like Monahan as a one-off or to partner up with a Tukachuk and Lindholm if you're looking to go power play wise. So overall, this is a great matchup. Give me some. I'm looking at Edmonton here. Give me some Calgary. I like the total. I like their total, and I like their matchup here against Chicago, one of the worst defensive teams in the league. We're down to our final 2 games now. Philadelphia Flyers, Los Angeles Kings, Carter Hart, which is actually not true. That is actually Elliott in goal. And Jonathan Quick in goal for the Kings. I am a huge fan of 2 specific lines here. I like Philadelphia 1 with Gurox, Courtier, and Voracek. They're not too expensive, so they allow you to build something nice around them. Partner that up with Provorov, their top defender. I like pairing with top defenders. That's just it allows me to pay up on defenders, which I love to do. And it gives nice correlation, especially when top line, top power play. Gurox and Courtier, top power play. On the King side, I like the top line as well. Kopitar, Toffoli, and Ilafalo. They're cheap, which is really nice. You can stack them, and you can have where is he? You can have a McDavid. You can have a McKinnon. You can have an Eichel if you want. Like, it gives you options. McKinnon right here. It gives you options to build really nice around them, especially when their line is less than $13,000. That's super nice. And then you can partner up with Doughty. He's their top defender, so. And then Walker is a nice little punt play, 3,300. He does get that power play correlation, not with that top line, but he does get power play action. For a $3,300 defenseman, I like that. So. But overall, could be a decent game here. Philadelphia 2 could be a sneaky pick. Kroenke, Van Riemsdyk, and Hayes. 2 on the top power play unit, which is nice. And then you can partner them up with Provorov or even Myers, which is a power play 2 player, $2,600. And that's it for that game. And the final game of the night, it is not Binnington. It is Jake Allen versus Ranta. Both implied totals for the Blues and the Coyotes, 2.75 each. I didn't get too many of the lines here. I got to more goalie than anything, I believe. But this is a low implied game. If this game goes off, I will shut the laptop, and that'll be an early night for me. But um, not really much for offense. I really like here. These are two teams low implied totals. So I mean, if you want to go to this game, maybe Cairo, Shen, and Schwartz. Taylor Hall makes for a nice one-off, or you can stack him with Dvorak and Garland. But overall, nothing crazy here for that game. We can look into, where is it? DFS Army. Look into a little bit of their projections here, and I think this actually crashed. So I have my lineups built already, so see where I can show where I got with exposures and where I limited my goalies and stuff like that if this ever wants to work. There we go. There's one of my lineups, but I don't care. There you go. There's my top projected lineup right there. It is what does it look like? Tampa Bay goalie. It's a Colorado. No, it's not. It shouldn't be Colorado stack. I don't know what the hell that is. Top centers: McKinnon, Mika, Aho, McDavid. Pretty obvious there. Monahan, I got a decent amount of. Kadri, 11%. Did not, 8%. Top wings: Calvert, Toffoli, Tomas Tatar, LeBlanc, Ratandin, Gallagher, Donskoy, Tukachuk. Top goalies: it was Binnington, but he's no longer starting. I swapped him out for Elliott from Philadelphia, and then I got a decent amount of balancing. I got one or two lineups with the Colorado goalie. So hoping Elliott puts off a nice performance tonight. And I got a decent amount of Jones too, 20% Jones. Top defenseman would be Cale Mucker, Petrie, Dougie Hamilton, Ian Cole, Clefbaum, Burns, Giordano. Okay. Well, that's about it. I'm gonna start trying to do more streams for game plans and stuff like that, probably earlier in the days.